Premier League is a war of pride, postcode, and internet clout. So, forget tactics. This is about the people in the stands, the weird, wild, loyal, delusional, and very online fans behind every club. Let's get to it. Manchester United, the entitled. Once the biggest thing in football, now the biggest meme. Manchester United fans didn't just witness greatness, they got addicted to it. Sir Alex gave them 13 league titles, a treble, and a permanent superiority complex. So now, anything less than world domination feels like depression. They're everywhere. From Lagos to Delhi to Bangkok to Instagram, over 650 million global fans, 216 million on socials. You could be on a remote island with no electricity and still find a United fan arguing about Bruno Fernandes. Old Trafford still packs in 74,000 every week. But what do they watch? Pain! They sing, "Glory, glory, Man United," while chasing Europa League glory against Moldovan farmers. Every new season comes with hope, a hashtag, and a breakdown by November. Their biggest enemies, the Glazers. The owners they can't stand, yet can't escape. Glazers out trended more than their goal clips last season. The only thing more consistent than their chants is their suffering. And don't even mention Liverpool or City or Arsenal. Actually, just don't mention anyone. They hate being reminded they're no longer on top. They still believe, they still chant, they still fill pubs and stadiums. But every year, same cycle. Hype, hope, hurt, repeat. Liverpool, the cult. Liverpool fans don't support a club, they follow a calling. "You'll Never Walk Alone" isn't just a song, it's a way of life, screamed through tears, smoke, and late comebacks. They made suffering poetic and turned trauma into tradition. There's pain in their history, decades without a league, tragic losses, constant mockery. But that pain made them loud, loyal, and slightly unbearable, especially online. No Fanbase tweets more emotionally after a Tuesday night draw. Anfield holds just 53,000, but sounds like a volcano on Champions League nights. They'll lose 3-0 to Wolves, then talk about Istanbul like it just happened last week. And Gerrard slipping still haunts them, but also they'll fight you if you say Lampard was better. They adore Klopp like he's their dad, and Van Dijk like he's their wall. They cry over exits, celebrate throw-ins, and treat every goal like it's divine intervention. They'll argue for hours about net spend and still claim moral superiority over oil clubs. TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, Liverpool fans dominate all platforms. Every new player is the next big thing. Every loss is a conspiracy. Every win is a biblical moment. They made mentality monsters cool until they finished 5th. But say what you want, they care. Too much, maybe, but that's what makes them who they are. A cult, a family, a choir, a fight. Singing through the chaos and clinging to every trophy like it's a second chance at history. Manchester City, the rich, once mocked, now untouchable. Manchester City fans went from heartbreak at Main Road to dominance at the Etihad, and they're not sorry about it. They used to be the underdogs. Real City fans remember losing 8-1 to Middlesbrough. But then the money came. Sheikh Mansour walked in, and everything changed. Premier Leagues, Centurions, treble. Now they win so much, even their fans forget to celebrate properly. The Etihad gets called the Empty-had, but that's old talk. 53,500 still turn up. And the real City fans, they were there before Pep, before Aguero, before the oil. They still chant Blue Moon like it's a hymn, even if half the crowd's filming it. Online, City fans are rising fast. TikTok kids love the dominance. Haaland is a meme machine. Asian and American fans are hopping on, not because of legacy, but because of trophies, even if their club has 115 reasons to be investigated. Their true enemy? Manchester United. Beating them isn't enough. Humiliating them is the goal. City fans don't care about neutrals or legacy. They care about dominance and rubbing it in. They don't crave your love. They've got trophies, a manager who plays 4D chess, and a striker who looks like a Viking robot. That's all the validation they need. Arsenal, the romantic. No club feels like Arsenal. No fan base suffers like Arsenal. And no one romanticizes the pain quite like them. Every season starts with hope. Every season ends with coping. But in between, vibes, TikToks, tactical threads, and Saka smiles. They believe in the process, even if it takes 20 years and 5 captains. They pay £71 a ticket, the highest in Europe, just to emotionally unravel every week. The Emirates is a luxury therapy centre with Wi-Fi. The fans are loud, dramatic, and extremely online. They don't just support Arsenal, they narrate it. Arteta could lose 4-0 and still get an "In Arteta We Trust" post. They worship Wenger like a prophet, still post invincible highlights like they happened last month, still fight over Ozil's legacy like it's politics. They hate Spurs, they laugh at Chelsea, they tolerate City, and United, they've gone from fear to pity. Every game is personal, every pass is a debate, every loss is a tweet storm. No fan base has more football hipsters. Every 19-year-old Arsenal fan thinks they discovered football, but there's love in their chaos. Real, obsessive love. Arsenal fans feel every win like it's redemption, and every loss like it's heartbreak, because to them, football isn't just results, it's a story, one that they still believe will have a happy ending. Chelsea, the petty. Chelsea fans didn't ask for your respect, they demanded your fear, and they got it. 1 billionaire, 25 trophies, and 45 managers later. Before 2003, they were a decent club with decent fans. Then Roman arrived. Suddenly, they were winning everything and caring about nothing. They didn't need tradition, they had Drogba, Lampard, Mourinho, and 90th minute limbs. Stamford Bridge isn't massive, just 40,341 seats. But it's loud, brutal, petty. They sing carefree like a threat. They don't do morals or patience. Chelsea fans are always fighting Arsenal over who owns London. They live for chaos. They even fought each other online after winning the Champions League. Twice! They don't care if they spent £100 million on Mudryk and got Sunday League end product. They'll still back him or roast him. Depends on the day. Potter got booed for being nice. Tuchel got worshipped for shouting. And now, with Bowley spending like it's FIFA career mode, Chelsea fans are confused, but still loyal. As long as it ends with silverware, or Spurs finishing below them. Tottenham Hotspur, the faithful. Tottenham fans are cursed with belief. No matter how many finals they bottle, how many seasons end in tears, or how often they sack a manager mid-project, they keep showing up, 60,000 strong, singing "Oh, when the Spurs," like it's a hymn. This isn't support, this is devotion. The kind that survives trophy droughts and Champions League collapses. They've built one of the most expensive stadiums in Europe. They've had Mourinho, Conte, Postecoglou. They had Kane. Now they have Son running in circles while their defense plays hot potato. But the fans are still there, paying some of the highest ticket prices in England just to watch another 2-2 at home to Brentford. That's not loyalty, that's Stockholm Syndrome. They hate Arsenal with a fire that never goes out. They boo Chelsea like it's a job. And they blame the refs like they're part of the conspiracy. And yet, even their rivals admit, when it's rocking, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is a fortress. Not for trophies, just for vibes. The word Spursy used to be a joke. Now it's a way of life. It means beautiful football, heartbreaking losses, and a fan base that dares to dream, even when it's obviously a trap. Every week they sell out. Every week they believe. And every week they leave in pain. Tottenham fans aren't just loyal, they're clinically addicted to hope. And when they finally won the Europa League, it was like hell broke loose. Loving the chaos. Smash that subscribe button and help us hit 5,000 subs before El Clasico kicks off. Or we'll have to transfer to our rivals channel. Alright, let's continue. Newcastle United, the reborn. For years, Newcastle fans were in football purgatory. Mike Ashley ran the club like a discount store. The stadium was falling apart. The squad looked like a FIFA free agents list. But the fans never left. They packed St. James's Park in the Championship. They screamed, "Toonami," like the Premier League was still listening. Then came the takeover. Saudi billions, Bruno Guimaraes, Isak, a Champions League run. Suddenly, the Geordies woke up and they were rich. But here's the thing. The old soul stayed, shirtless in -5, singing Bladen races with a beer in one hand and blind optimism in the other. These are fans who will fight you over a corner kick. They treat Sunderland like Voldemort. They make every match feel like the biggest day of the season. Their away support, one of the loudest. Their home support, terrifying. They don't just support a club, they carry a city. And now, with money, momentum, and madness on their side, they're ready to scream their way to silverware. The renaissance has started. But the passion? That's been there all along. Everton, the survivor. Everton have tried everything except actually getting relegated. They've changed managers mid-season, they've signed 30 wingers, they even brought in Rafa Benitez, a Liverpool legend, just to watch the stadium almost combust. And still, through every meltdown, their fans keep turning up to Goodison like it's therapy. This fan base isn't built on success, it's built on stubbornness. They've been in the top flight since 1954. barely. Every May turns into a horror movie, but somehow they survive. And the fans? They lose years off their life every time, but never their voice. They don't care about TikTok transfers or billionaire owners. They care about tackles, chants, and legacy. When the Super League was announced, Everton fans were the first to riot. And when they beat Arsenal to avoid relegation, the whole city erupted. They're stuck in Liverpool's shadow, but they don't want to be Liverpool. They want to be real, raw, loud. They still chant, "If you know your history," like it's a battle cry. And even though Goodison is crumbling, the atmosphere hits like a sledgehammer. Aston Villa, the original. Aston Villa fans live in two worlds. 1 foot in the past, 1 foot in the dream. They'll tell you about 1982 like it just happened, European champions, the pride of England. Then they'll remind you they helped invent the Football League. Respect your elders. Villa Park isn't just a stadium, it's a temple. The Halter End still echoes with pride even during mid-table slogs. For years, they drifted through mediocrity, through relegation, but the fan base stayed, pint in hand, singing "Villa, Villa," even in the rain. Now Emery's made them relevant again. Champions League nights are back on the horizon. And the fans, they're dreaming for the first time in years, no longer just surviving. They're attacking, believing, and filling that stadium like it's 1982 again. They hate Birmingham City like it's religion. They see themselves as the Midlands royalty. No one else comes close in their eyes. And when they win, it's not just for the points, it's for their legacy. Villa fans are original, not flashy, not loudest online, but in the stands, in the pubs, and in the heart of English football, they've always been here. West Ham United, the proud. West Ham fans have two speeds, singing "I'm forever blowing bubbles" like it's poetry, and wanting to fight the ref before halftime. East London pride runs deep here. Working class, aggressive, emotional. When they care hard. The move from Upton Park to the London Stadium still hurts. The old ground was tight, feral, beautiful chaos. The new one feels like a concert hall. But still, they show up. They make noise. They try to make it feel like home, even if it never really will. The Conference League win was more than a trophy. It was validation. Decades of banter, pain, and jumping between 8th and 16th finally led to something real. Tears were shed. And for once, they were the ones laughing. They hate Spurs, and they hate being mid-table almost as much as they hate losing. But when the squad clicks and the crowd roars, West Ham can feel like a steamroller. So, from glory to forever blowing bubbles, every Premier League fan base is insane in its own way. Some scream out of hope, others scream through the pain, but none of them are quiet. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, hit subscribe, and come back for more football drama in snackable doses.